Go Curvy.
I want to hear everybody's stories. I got to start with one because this is so funny. This is like the funniest online dating story that I can talk about. So I had two really lovely young men working for me, and they hated each other. They could not even be in the same room. That's how much they hated each other. I had to make sure one was here, one was there. And there's an app called Grindr.
Yeah, I know that one. That's the gay Tinder.
Yes. And, you know, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I had no idea. But
I can see where this is going.
This is a great story on what not to do when you lie. So they had, I think they must have fake pictures, fake something.
No.
And
Suck it, Trebek, to the both of them.
All of the darndest things, they meet up with each other.
Wow.
And I would have done anything to be there because I hear it literally rolled out into the street. That's how bad it got.
Awesome. Oh my God.
So that's what happened when you lie, gentlemen. Don't lie.
It's like those stories where the guy goes to the hooker and it turns out that it's his daughter or his wife.
Right.
I love those stories, man. I love it.
Look for the lady with the rose in her
Here's the
lapel or
question.
something.
So they didn't become friends after that, Sherry Lee?
Oh,
Because that would be a
gosh.
happy ending.
Oh gosh,
so to
no.
speak.
They could have had a happy ending if they could have stood each other.
They might have found out that they liked each other.
I don't think
They
it
could
went
have
that
just
way.
gone, might as well, we're both here.
Right?
Wow.
And it's Grindr. Hello? Like,
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Okay, Joanne.
Oh.
Now hold my hand because I've got to talk to you about something because I read this.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, Joanne, no. Have you really been online dating for 13 years?
Yes.
I didn't even know online dating was around for 13
Well,
years.
I mean, back then it was like 2001, 2002. I mean, back then it was like, don't do online dating. Everybody's a rapist on there. Like, you'll probably get chopped up into pieces and thrown in the ocean or something. Everybody was afraid of that, you know. But I took
You're
the
an
precaution.
early adopter.
Yeah, I'm a vet, and it's one of those things where you know, you just be careful. Like, you tell a girlfriend of yours where you're going to be and who this person is in case something happens. I still do that to this day.
And then
you
set
can
up
never
a
be too
get out of
careful.
jail free text or phone call.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
That just so happens to be an emergency
Exactly,
20 minutes into our date.
My toilet's flooding. Come on.
Everyone
to
is
feed
hip
the
to
cat.
that excuse, though. If I was
Yeah.
on a date and someone did that, I'd be like, oh, get out of jail free text,
Right.
is it? Don't lie to me.
No. But no, online dating, I haven't done it for 13 years in a row. I'm doing it like on and off for 13 years.
I was worried, Joanne.
But God, no. Well, because, you know, I do also, I mean, I go out to bars with my friends and I go and I travel and I'm not finding them any other way. Yeah. You know, it's not like you're getting
proactive.
lucky.
You're not just sitting around waiting for someone to knock at your door, which is only going to be the UPS guy, right?
Well, if we're lucky.
Think about it.
If we're
Who comes
lucky.
knocking at your door? There's not that many choices.
Exactly.
And even my UPS guy is a girl, so that doesn't help me.
No,
Right.
no, unfortunately.
Maybe she'll be on vacation and on vacation.
Right?
Fill in a sub. Yeah.
Okay, everybody, got to spell. Joanne, tell us your story, and you have to tell us this story because you had us rolling last week after the show, and this is how this all came about. We need to hear about the Grove.
The Grove. Oh, okay. So every bad date I go on, I give these guys nicknames, and so this one was I call him Groper. Which, you know, so we met, and within like 10-15 minutes of meeting him in person, he's already like saying things like, oh, I live a few blocks away, why don't we just, you know, go there? And I'm just like, I've known you for 10 minutes. Are you freaking kidding me with this?
So, and he only bought you a smoothie, I heard.
Well, no, he said he wanted to go out for a smoothie, and then when we got there, I'm like, so where do you want to go and grab this smoothie at? He's like, no, I don't want a smoothie. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So at the end of the day, when I realized I wasn't feeling it and it wasn't going to go anywhere and there's no chemistry, I basically said, like, well, you know, I'm going to go. So we walk over to, like, you know, the parking structure, and I don't want him to know what car I drive. I don't want him to know who I am or whatever. And he goes, okay, well, can I get a hug goodbye? So I was like, all right, this will get him off my back.
No, that is creepy.
Well, I go to give him a hug, and he loves to just go in and dive and grab 2 handfuls of me, and I'm just like, are you kidding me with this? So of course I push him back, and I'm like, what do you think you're doing? This is so inappropriate.
It's outrageous.
And he's like, no, I'm sorry. He's like, I know it was wrong of me. I'm really, really
Where
sorry.
did he grab? He
Is
grabbed
this
your
an
butt?
episode
he
of
grabbed my butt.
Seinfeld
Yeah,
or
yeah.
real life?
And granted, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's like thousands of people around, you know? And
I wish
at
I
that
had
point,
that smoothie.
That's even
Smack
weirder.
him in the
That's
face.
even
just
Oh,
like
no.
earlier.
Oh,
wait, it gets
better.
Oh,
It gets
wait.
better. So then at that point, he's like, no, no, I'm so sorry. Really, I just want to hug and we'll part ways. And at this point, I'm like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to just get him out of my hair.
Yes.
So again, I go to hug him. He grabs again. And that's when the Italian feisty side of me comes out. And that's when I did the whole like push back and whap.
Woo,
and
Jersey Shore, yes.
Yeah, and I had to because I'm like, obviously he's never known that there's consequences to this thing. And next thing you know, I got the lady in the background saying, "You go, girl." I had to.
Give him another one.
So,
give him another one.
Right. So yeah, no, I mean that's just one of the crazy experiences. But I mean, there's Burger Boy and there's all these weird other names and. That's for the after show. Let's just say that I had to go through a drive-thru and buy him food because he used all his gas money to come down and visit me. Can you really believe that?
Wow.
Yeah. And it wasn't 99 cents either. It was like he wanted the combo. Really? So,
Stay home, Burger Boy. You're not welcome here.
So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hence why I've been on there for 13 years.
Oh,
You
Joanne.
need to outsource your first dates.
Wow.
I wonder if there's a program where you can do that, where send someone along. Well, I guess it's a dating service, isn't it? Millionaire Matchmaker.
I've been on that, and it didn't pan out for me either. So I'm still waiting for that to pan out. Anyway.
Kelly, tell us your worst. We want to hear bad. Like, we want to hear, it has to be worse than Burger Boy.
Oh, but, well, just liars, really.
Yeah.
So they say they're not married, and they are. They say they don't have kids, and they do. They they're like a foot shorter than they say that they are. Then they can't talk, and then they're giving you excuses, and it's just, Then they want a little action, and you're like, that's not happening, and then you have to block them, and
But that's what I don't get. If you're on a dating site, you want to meet somebody and date. Why do you lie if you hope to meet these people in person?
They're afraid of showing their true colors. They're hiding from something.
Yeah.
Or they have insecurities, or whatever it is.
You should do the opposite of catfishing, which is, what is it? Under promise and over deliver. So maybe show a photo that you look better in real life than during the photo, so you know when you show up that the person's
is actually interested in dating.
Look exactly like I am, because they're only going to be disappointed, and it's not necessarily like they think they're showing up for one thing and they show up for something else. So just save everybody's time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Save everybody's time.
And be honest. So Kelly, if a guy has dreadlocks, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Depends on the guy, right?
Is it? Well, my ex-boyfriend had dreadlocks, and you know that, Sherry Lee. So I'm not asking. He doesn't anymore. He shaved his head, but
that's okay, right? So would you be looking for that, like in a profile? Like, would you?
I wasn't looking for it before it came looking for me.
Oh, hey, that's a good response.
But I would never date anyone with dreadlocks, and then I did for 2 years. But it doesn't really. I guess it's not on my no list anymore.
Well, does he look like Lenny Kravitz? Because I would totally make that exception. I'd be down for that.
He looks like Will I Am. Oh. Yeah, he went to the same school as Will I Am, so and they look they used to get mixed up.
Oh,
he's not Will I Am anymore.
Oh.
What can I say? One is like really rich, one isn't, so I didn't meet the good one, I guess.
You had the fake impersonator.
It's just one of those where you're like, that person looks really familiar. Yeah.
Right. And you kind of look and you're like, I wonder who that is.
Which I did to Snoop Dogg, and it really was Snoop Dogg in New York.
Oh, wow.
But that's not a dating story. That's just a different story.
That was
for another time. But he did check out my ass. Oh, bum. Sorry, Sherry Lee.
I just like the way you say bum with your accent. That's so adorable. And Leah, I know you have something to say about some crazy stories.
Sherry, for me, it's like I don't have any one horrible story that sticks out. It's just kind of been an ongoing life pattern. Relationships have just been a struggle for me, and I've dated I've dated 2 men that have been on the cover of Playgirl magazine, and that's a whole nother story.
What?
I'm not even kidding, right?
I didn't even know there was a Playgirl magazine anymore.
Yes.
That's still around. Who buys that?
Well, this was years ago. I don't know if it's still around. Is it
Kelly,
still around?
what do you think that I used to do before there was an internet?
Playgirl magazine, right? But it's neither here nor there. My point being is that like I've dated all kinds of guys from all walks of life, and
I just can't concentrate on anything you're saying because of the
I'll show you
Playgirl
pictures
magazine.
later.
I think I have some packed away, Kelly. I'll bring them out later.
So they wear like a little bikini brief thing?
No, they don't
wear
Nothing.
anything. It's It's just like
Kelly Glover.
Like
It's
Playboy,
jazz hands.
it's the opposite of Playboy. You know, Playboy.
in
and
Australia we
that's
call that
confusing.
meat and two veg, flapping in the breeze.
But they're hot, you know,
Yeah.
they're super hot guys.
And they're like oily and
Oily.
greasy. No, in a good way. Don't knock it till you've tried it, right, Leah?
Absolutely. You know? So my point being is I've dated all kinds of men, right? But I just want love. I just want a relationship. I just want something real and tangible. And I'm not meeting people out in public, and I don't know why that is. So I've given online dating like my best shot. Like I am open and honest about what I want. It says I'm looking for like a long-term commitment. I keep a lot of personal details off of it because Sherry and I were talking off camera that you also don't want someone Googling you and like just finding out maybe they're trying to get, you know, a foot
Especially
up in their
for us,
career,
that's hard,
you know? So I keep my last name off of it that I can. But also, as far as like the photographs and stuff go, I'm aware that I'm a very photogenic woman, and you may not be able to tell how many curves I have in just a headshot. So I'm making sure to put full-length shots, and I actually, even in the bottom, in like, I have a bonus point section, you know, like over 6 foot, or some tattoos, or, you know, maybe liberal, like these are like bonus points you get. But then I also have a disclaimer that says, if you're someone that checks the question, would you date a heavier girl, and you say never, I said, then I'm probably not the girl for you.
I'm gonna
So
change
I
my
am
profile.
so open and honest on my profile, and I get the craziest messages from, hey baby, you want to come over and like ride my pony tonight? Or hey, I know I'm a little young for you, and I'm younger than your range, but you know I'm really hot, and it's like crazy messages, and I'm like, where on my profile does it sound like I want to ride your pony tonight?
They don't read it. They don't
love.
read it. They just don't read it.
Your curvy body's going on, child. Looking good with your fashion style. Life is short, it ain't no guarantee.